What up, YouTube? I'm in a pretty silly, goofy mood. It's been a weird day on stream, twitch.tv/Stanz. Don't check it out, actually. Maybe don't come through. I think you're not ready for this heat. We're gonna watch a YouTuber that I have somehow managed to avoid for 30 years of life on Earth. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my first foray into Scott the Woz. I don't know what he's gonna do, but he's gonna talk about game controllers, and that's kind of cool.
Here, and I can't wait to finally head to this game controller issues meeting I just found out about.
You misread that pretty bad.
Whoa, my hands are doing this. It's best when it just melts into your hands and you don't have to think about where the B button is. It's just all second nature.
It's so funny thinking about that in relation to Nintendo controllers. Like, this fucker is so... I have recently, and maybe it's because people are just nostalgic, been getting gaslit into thinking the Nintendo GameCube controller is a good ergonomic controller. Ludwig was like, no, it's actually great, isn't it? What the fuck are you talking about? None of the buttons make any sense. You have to claw grip. It's for babies. It's for little baby hands. If you are 10 years or older, this controller is going to destroy everything about your wrists, your knuckles, nothing. You have to hold it like a T-Rex. And that's not to mention the Wii. It's a stick, but it's not even curved for your hands. It's slightly curved if you put the silicone condom on the back. Nintendo controllers are pissing me off.
Each arcade machine was different from the last in terms of controls. So when home video game consoles were in development, there was definitely a hurdle to overcome.
I think my favorite game machine with an interesting control is, was it called Time Crisis? The game where you had a little pedal and you had the blicky and you would hit the pedal to pop out from cover or to go into cover, and you had to like pop in and out of cover and shoot stuff. That game was flames.
How do you create a controller that can be a jack of all trades?
Oh, he's choking.
Atari said f it and gave us a bun and a stick. The Atari 2600 was the first major success in terms of home video game consoles with interchangeable cartridges. The Fairchild Channel F predated the 2600 by a year, releasing in 1976, and has you holding a Snickers bar to control games. But the Atari 2600's joystick is definitely what the general public sees as
what a
the
name.
first.
I feel like we don't talk about that enough. Calling it a joystick is such phenomenal branding. How do I control this video game? Well, have you heard of the joystick? A joystick? Joy?
Video game controller. And after the 2600, controllers went through this ugly phase for a while, and it was all because a controller designer went home for the Wii.
You know what? We could end this video right now because I know the best controller. The best controller is the Xbox headset that you use for Tom Clancy's End War on the Xbox 360, presumably, where you had to tell your troops what to do. You would say, Group A, do a bombing run. And it would say, committing suicide now. They would never do what you want them to do, but I fucking loved that game.
Many consider this guy to have aged poorly, and while I do somewhat agree, I think it's still all.
Nintendo is just obsessed with square corners on controllers. I just don't know why you would put a square corner on something that you're going to hold in your hands for so long. And I get it on like the earliest video game consoles, but doing it in current year is bonkers. The Switch controllers are dog shit. They're so square. They're so uncomfortable. They are not good to use for anyone with I don't think my hands are that big. I think I have regular hands, and it's so uncomfortable.
But what if the DualShock just isn't doing anything for you, and you hate happiness? Here's the Nintendo 64 controller.
When I was making fun of Nintendo for the GameCube, I completely forgot about the Nintendo 64 controller, which was made for people with 3 hands.
Maybe you can hold it like this, or this, or even this. But that means not all the buttons are readily available to the player in any of the controller holding styles. Also, the stick is garbage. This thing is just a skinny, plastic, uncomfortable piece of work that wears out too easily. Moving past that, we have the introduction of the Xbox brand.
Here we go.
Holy shit. Well, I can tell you first off, that was the easiest Easter egg hunt I've ever been a part of. It's big for the sake of being big. There's no reason for it to be this way. Now it's completely usable.
It's comfortable for your hands. That's why. This is the same person who was like, this is very uncomfortable. This is very uncomfortable. This is very uncomfortable. Finally, we have the Cadillac of controllers, and Scott looks it in the mouth.
Oh, but it's just not that great when you get down to it. Like, what is this? Seriously.
Those did wear out quite a bit.
Also, the dual sticks just weird. Like, the left one has a large concave area, and the right one has a much smaller area, which honestly feels like it's convex. God, I need a shower.
My Duke support is mostly in
After
memes.
Nintendo wouldn't stop laughing for 5 years straight, they really cleaned up their act with the GameCube controller. This thing is pure comfort. It just feels right in the hands. The button layout is definitely different compared to every other controller.
this guy's not multi-shining. This dude is obviously not multi-shining, and it shows.
Now, everything was going pretty smoothly with controllers at this point. The 360 really hit it out of the park. The PS3 was going
Here comes the Wii.
design. And then,
By God, that's Nintendo's music.
Nintendo. Yeah, the PS3 controller may have had some motion controls, but the Wii Remote Fallout embraced them. There are definitely things I love and hate about this controller.
I feel like if you just make the Wiimote a cylinder, it's goated. But then it rolls away when you put it on a table.
It works.
Just make it so it's comfortable. Make it comfortable. I don't want to have the silicone thing.
It really works. When it doesn't work, it really doesn't work. Nintendo then put the Wii Remote in Photoshop, gave it a little of this, a little of that, popped the screen in the middle, and blam. Wii U gamepad. It gets a bad rap. It's huge, unnecessary, and clunky. Listen, I'm with you on a lot of that. However, I found this controller to be wildly comfortable to use. The grips are nice, and all the buttons and sticks are large and feel great.
I think I'm actually in the wrong. I haven't found a single Nintendo controller comfortable to hold. After 10 minutes, I feel like my hands are cramping. It's so thin. Same with the Switch.
These successes and failures helped us form.
I
some
feel
of
like
the
I would
greatest
like
game
Paper
controllers
Mario.
out there.
One of my favorite
Controllers
8-shot clips is him hitting the hammer 16 times or whatever while staring at the screen and then kind of shaking it off and going like, hey, at least I didn't hit it 17. Whatever that clip is, I fucking love that clip.
Okay. If I do it one more time, I'm an idiot. My mind blanked. For 1 second, I literally forgot I was streaming.
If you'd excuse me, I have another, for real this time, meeting about video game related issues. This time on video game box art. You gotta be f***ing kidding me.
That was a good video. Let's watch one more Scott the Woz. I liked it. I felt like I was interested the whole time. He taught me a lot of things. What else is Scotty known for, huh? The dark age of Nintendo? I'm kind of a Nintendo fan. I guess no, I'm supposed to say fuck Nintendo because of my affiliation with Super Smash Bros. Melee. Wait, the outro makes the channel? I'm sorry, I didn't even realize. What was going on here?
You gotta be f***ing kidding me.
What the fuck are you talking about? It's just a blue screen. Or maybe purple. I'm colorblind. Oh, the music. You guys are fucking trolls. Damn, Scott puts out a lot of videos. Board game, video games. Mysteries of gaming is goated. Let's look up that.
Hey y'all, Scott here, quick. What's the first thing you think of when you think mysterious?
Scooby-Doo.
Right. There are so many questions in life that are left unanswered, like, what's the point? Why bother? And who cares? That's why I'm scouring the closet for answers to gaming's greatest mysteries, like, didn't Luigi say f***ing Mario Golf? Alright, we have the answer to why the Xbox One cases are the way they are, and, oh hey, check this out, it's my first fan art of Madden.
Why wasn't Luigi in Mario 64? Was he just that well hidden in the game? Well, ever since the game launched, many fans noticed this sign in the courtyard of Peach's castle. Now, under normal circumstances, it's gibberish, but when we slide the Virgin Gogs on, we can make out that it potentially says L is real 2401.
That doesn't say L is real.
Real.
What the hell are you guys smoking?
So let's dissect this phrase. L is real 2401. Well, Luigi is real, and the only thing in Mario 64 with a number that high would be the number of coins in the entire game. After all, you get a star for collecting 100 coins in each level. That lends credibility to the fact there could be a reward for collecting every single coin in the whole game, and that reward would be related to the letter L. Problem is, there isn't 2,401 coins in Mario 64, so that's a problem. However, we can look into this even harder. L is real 2401 may just correlate to Paper Mario's release on the Nintendo 64. Luigi was real in that game. I saw him. And 2401 was the release date in North America.
Wait, actually? Wait, video game mystery?
Kinda. So he didn't release on
Oh, you fucker.
February
He boomed me.
4th, 2000.
He knew I was going to pause there, officer.
A release on February 5th, 2001. Well, if this theory holds any truth, then Nintendo knew what the general release date of Paper Mario was going to be back when Super Mario 64 released. That terrifies me. Why were they planning that far ahead? What were their goals? There are lots of theories like this in games, some of which have turned out to be true. Like how Super Mario Bros. 3 was supposed to be a play. You see how it opens up with a curtain rising, various platforms cast a shadow, and
I feel like this one's not a theory. It's like very obvious if you've played Super Mario 3 for 1 second.
have bolts on
The end of the screen being like the end of the stage.
them, like they were constructed as part of a set. Whenever a level ends, it's
Yeah, right there. I guess.
almost as if Mario was running off stage. This was a fan
It doesn't need to be confirmed. It's what it is. It's like we're looking at an elephant and being like, you know, they told me that was an elephant.
theory for the longest time until it was actually confirmed by Shigeru Miyamoto. Now, if this was an actual play, I could sit down and
Anyone who needed this confirmation, I feel like needs help.
watch. Who wrote this?
Oh, hey y'all, Scott Wozniak, dinner partier here.
Jeb, vegan.
Man, if I had to pick a group of people who looks like they would be Scott Wozniak's friends at this time, I would pick these people.
Everybody has their happy place. They wouldn't make the t-shirts if that wasn't the case. And mine is Shiverburn Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2. Such a fun level. There's fire and ice. Can't ask for much more than this. Sometimes
it's like
I
Core
to
and
hit up
Celeste.
to go into first-person view and look up at the mountains.
Ah! Yo, that's terrifying.
Everybody has their happy place, and mine is Fleet Glide Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2. These ominous figures appear in Shiverburn Galaxy if you look up in first person. 3 beings just looking at you throughout the entire level.
Dude,
it
that's
doesn't matter where
terrifying.
you are, as long as you can look up at the mountains, they'll be there watching you. Now in Super Mario 3D Land, at the end of World 4-4, if you wait around, someone or something will fade in and fade out. Shiverburn Galaxy, I
Wait,
can
where?
sort of see someone or something will fade in and fade out.
I have no idea. Oh, I see it. Oh, it's terrifying. It's a scary boy. He doesn't
Shiverburn
fade in and
Galaxy,
fade
I can
out. He
sort of
just
see-
like flashes to it because he fast forwards.
These guys as a weird little thing accidentally getting thrown into the game, you know, they're ink blot tests. In 3D Land, this was a completely deliberate addition where one of the developers said, I want to make some kids shit themselves.
Officer Steel Wool, thank you for your years of service. Wendy's employee, thank you for your years of service. And Scott, without you, I wouldn't have lost my job at Games on a Shelf. Thank you, everybody. Please, help yourself to a complimentary table knife and dig in.
Oh no. Oh no.
He's dead!
Alright, listen guys, I'm not one to leave the party early, but when people start getting murdered, that's where I draw the line.
Guys, listen, one of us may be a murderer, but we're all human at the end of the day. Let's just listen to some gaming mysteries about Luigi and call
Let's
it a
just
night.
listen to some Luigi mysteries.
Mario Golf?
There are a few parts of the game that have some sinister and chilling implications. Like, that is what you call a dead baby. But there was one part in the third area of the game. After a bolt of lightning strikes, we can see Luigi's shadow is hanging in the air, implying that Luigi is hanging himself. Now, was this an intentionally chilling addition to the game, or was it a glitch due to the game's camera being at an angle it's not usually used to, which accidentally pushed Luigi's shadow up higher than usual? Huh. Some
Lie,
mysteries
Seth,
are
they have the
too
16 months.
sinister and were just unknown aspects of games, like jumping the flagpole in Super Mario Brothers. I mean, when I played this game, I would sometimes think, I'm gonna do it. And guess what? I've never been able to live that down. This game is engineered to make it hard to jump over the flagpole. I mean, it makes sense. What does anybody gain from that? Now, a famous level where you can do that is 3-3. With these platforms, it's more than possible to waste an afternoon. But the one people were always wondering about was World 1-1, the very first level. Is it possible? Yes, it is. F you, Nintendo. It's all due to a glitch here. We gotta stand on this block here and wait for the Koopa Troopa to fall down the hole. Jumping up here at the right moment will hit him. Then he'll come back and we have to follow him to the end of the level while grabbing a mushroom. Then we jump at the right moment to jump off of him to get over the flagpole. There are lots of glitches that have their own
What in the hell?
mystery behind them, like with Pokemon Red and Blue with the Pokemon Missing No, which stands for missing number. It's a glitch where the game basically has no idea what Pokemon should appear, but it's kind of taken on a life of its own. People refer to Missing No as if it's an actual Pokemon when it's just a jumble of code. Street Fighter 2, Ryu says the infamous phrase, "You must defeat Shenlong to stand a chance." Now I'm sure the localization team at the time said, oh yeah, people will like this. It really makes Ryu seem determined to win. When in reality, everybody said, who the fuck is Shenlong?
I like that most of like the big video game theories are just fans caring more about things than like developers.
Capcom themselves have joked about the character, fake announcing him for Street Fighter 4, and similarly, the original Mortal Kombat featured some extra code, Ermax, and many thought Ermac was a secret character. They added him eventually.
It's the killer. Oh,
Tomb Raider was infamous for the rumor of the nude code, a secret cheat code that would make the character Lara Croft completely nude for players 13 and up. Yeah,
sheesh.
That just doesn't work. Lara Croft was a sex symbol in gaming, and the idea of a PlayStation 1 character naked, well, who doesn't like that? The developers always teased fans about the code, making it obvious that it was very unlikely it actually existed, but never fully denying its existence either, obviously to keep people desperately wondering. It was later confirmed that a nude code never existed. The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past's biggest mystery for many people was the existence of the Chris Houlihan room, a room named after the winner of a Nintendo Power contest. You can get to it in a few different ways, and it's just filled with rupees. Yeah, that's cool or whatever. I want to see him in Smash Brothers as much as the next guy, but what about a secret that's not only in a Zelda game, but numerous other Nintendo games as well? Totaka's song is a little ditty normally hidden in games composed by Kazumi Totaka. Luigi's Mansion, Mario Paint, Link's Awakening, Yoshi's Story, Mario Land 2, they did it in so many games. But there are a few games Totaka has worked on where it still hasn't been found. Many have thought the sound of the tennis ball hitting the racket in Wii Sports was Totaka's song. If you play each hit together, it may sound like it, but that may be due to your brain telling you to think it's playing Totaka's song. Weirdly enough, a game he's straight up
He's not gonna give me the tennis ball sound? Scott, you fucked me.
Apparently doesn't have Totaka's song in there at all. I mean, it may be hiding in there, but I think we know everything Wii Music ever had to say. It has nothing to hide. But while creepypastas are fake mysteries about video games, how about real-life mysteries about video games? In 2007, Madden 08 released to the masses, but weirdly enough, it got prequels each year prior. Madden 1999 released and was the first one to do so without Uncle Madden on the cover. No. This one featured an
the Madden
athlete,
curse.
and it's
Classic.
been a tradition for almost every athlete who made the Madden cover to soon after get injured. This is the Madden curse, and if we're not careful enough, it'll get us too.
Who would have thought Madden on your chest could lead to injuries?
Maybe there's a gas leak or something. Maybe that's why everybody's dying. Thanks, I was talking.
It was you! You ever hear of the Madden curse? Oh, my foot.
I see. It all comes together.
I did it. I solved the mystery. I have seen a lot of murders in my day, and all 6 of them were today. The guys are all getting treated for murder at the hospital. They should all be fine. I'm pretty happy nothing happened to me, though. I have jury duty tomorrow, which means I can't die. If I don't show up, I'll go to prison.
Good video. And for you, chat, the music. Good channel. I'm still blown away that you guys told me that all of the videos are that level of quality. I mean, I'm sure there's dips, like there's highs and lows, and that there's one released every week or so. That's absurd. That's so hard to do. I can't even imagine. Well done, Scott. Another YouTube channel well dove into.